does it mean to run a league? What does it entail? Do you know? I don't. They say, he who wears the shoes knows where it pitches most. And today, I'm fortunate enough to be joined by one of the pioneers and the guys at the forefront of sports management. He was part of the founding team for the Far East Basketball Association League, popularly known as FEBA. And now, currently, he's the CEO of Street League Africa. Help me welcome Mr. Nathaniel. Karibu sana.
Asante sana. Karibu nikupigie makofi. Wajaribu.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. It's good to be here. Good to be in the UP spot.
Nice to see you as well.
Yeah.
I think we have interacted a couple of times now. I thought it was best that we come and discuss what you guys are doing. Amazing job you guys are doing down in the east side. And let people know and understand what it takes to do what you are doing currently as the CEO.
Utasema vile Wakikuyu wanasemanga ni kujaribu ni Mungu.
All right. So, let me just take you back kidogo and understand who Nathaniel is first. So where did you grow up? When was that? When did Nathaniel bounce into this world? And how was your upbringing?
First of all, I think nowadays there is no tribal. We are speaking in the language, are you millennial or Gen Z? First of all, I'm a millennial. So now you can guess where and when I was born.
You won't specify on the dates?
I won't specify on the dates.
Okay. So
I'm a millennial. So I've had some 30 years and above on this earth to understand. But I'm a young man, a father of 3, married to a single wife. I'm not a Muslim, I'm not going to the second. So, and also a CEO of Street League.
Yeah.
Yes.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Muranga. Then we were upgraded when I was in class 7. Came to Nairobi just to hustle and to educate myself more. But we came to join our father. By the way, we used to live in Muranga. When I got to class 7, Dad called us. I think alifanikiwa na maisha akatuita Nairobi. So we came to Nairobi. When I was in class 7, studied in Dandora Primary School. Gria, joined class 7 in Dandora. Then, fortunate enough, my father was blessed. We relocated to Kayole. We upgraded
to Kayole.
To Kayole.
Kayole then wasn't crowded as it is right now.
It wasn't crowded.
I understand, but that place wasn't crowded.
It wasn't crowded. So we came to Kayole as I've grown up till to date.
All right, and when was they usually refer Island as the Mecca of basketball, and that is what we see right now.
Yes.
How was it back then?
It was good. We grew up with looking at a quite good number of people, and they mentioned a few. The founder of Big Dreams Vision. Those are the guys that we saw playing the game. Peter Kiganya, members of Kina Peter Kiganya, Martin Okwako, Moses Musosi. Those are the people, Paul Macharia. Those are the people who are playing, and then Godi now, the TM for Equity Bank. We may say that's why I think most of even the Morans that we are speaking of, people who are in the league today, they are basically, majority of them, I may say 70% comes from Islands.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah.
And how was it infrastructure wise? Where did people used to play? I know Street League, we'll come to where Street League came into action, but before that, was it just scratch? How did these big names come from Islands?
In Kayole we had 3 fields. One in Komarok, 3B. The other one in Komarok, I think phase 1, Bethel. And then the other one was, but Bethel was not really used. But the main field was Diwopa. Catholic Church. Ilikuwa field ingine imejengwa na mawe. So the floor was hizi mawe za kware. Unajua zile za 9 by 9 zimetandazwa chini. So and that's
aziko complete.
That's why you find nikaa tunatembeanga hivi sisi.
Ulisharibu miguu.
Kuna mtu ana shida ya miguu na magoti ya kayola.
Alright.
Yes, I think that is the field that we actually grew, and that's where majority of the young people have learned how to play basketball, and to be in the basketball field.
Okay, na Mr. Insurance mwenyewe. Wewe mwenyewe, I've seen you on the court. When was your touch with basketball? When did you encounter basketball for the first time?
I'm just a lover of basketball, but I've never played professional league.
Yeah.
I think, how do I put it? I wasn't privileged.
No.
I think I got married when I was so young. So family responsibility came in. Unajua mpira tena haikupati chakula.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you need to give your family food.
Yeah.
So at least we had to go and hustle. So I wasn't privileged to get those opportunities to be able to go and be in those teams. Then I wasn't that good. And I wasn't a professional. I wasn't a professional basketballer.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't take it as a profession, but I loved it. I'm a lover of basketball.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that I don't understand anything to do with basketball. I know it better.
Surely. I can all attest. It's before we get there, we had a discussion with you. You told me about how Feba was birthed, and I think that's a story that you can share with us, because before Street League was Feba.
Yes.
Okay, Street League was the mother.
Yes.
Feba was the mother.
Feba is still the mother.
Still the mother.
Yes.
So how was that born, and who are the guys involved? Now, where did the idea come from?
Feba came from a guy called TM. Tulikuwa tunamuita TM. He's a guy that came and just said that we need to start our own organization. We wanted to depart from Dream Team. Then it was known as Dream Team.
Yeah.
And became Dream Team, now known as Prodeco. So they are the people who used to run basketball in Diopa.
Okay.
So we saw we've outgrown ourselves and we needed to have our own organization.
Okay.
So that at least we can run our own structures and be able to grow and be able to use basketball as a tool to communicate to young people like we were, to other young people.
Yeah.
So Moses Muzosi, being a craft of names, he came up with a name. So TM, I remember he came and said, leo lazima tuanzishe kitu inaitwa Feist.
Which year was that, like estimate?
2011 there. Yeah, it was 2011. So 2011 we joined AMS, a very huge group of young people, around over 30.
Yeah.
Young people. But the management of Feist basketball was by then chaired by Moses Musosi, who is still the chair, because of all of us went for greener pastures, and is the only person who remains to be loyal to the group. And then the vice chaired by Irene Wanjiro, and Shem was in the management, as who still is in the management operations. Zedi was the treasurer by then, Zedeki Onganga. I think he relinquished his position to be able to go and run the couple. Then me, I was doing mentorship. I think, I don't know why they chose me for mentorship. Then others who are there. But majority of us are no longer members. I'm still a member because I'm actively engaged.
Like in a role.
Yes. Yeah. I think the only active members in Street League is Irene Wanjiro. In Feba is Irene Wanjiro, Moses Musosi, Shem Omuta. I think those are the active members and me. So that the active members who are there. But I know there are other members who have come in, the young people who belong to Feba Feist Basketball Academy. Yes.
And now, nataka kujua that day yenye mulikaa chini mkasema we are going to have our breakaway league that is going to be called Street League Africa. Street Inside Exposure League. That was the name first.
Yes.
So when did that happen, and when did the ground hit the ground running?
6 years ago. Me and Moses, we were seated at Diopa. I remember by that time Diopa wasn't that renovated.
Yeah.
The Giants of Africa had already come and did the first in. So in at Diopa we usually had what do we call it, weekly games where on Monday we would meet all of us. Tunajieka into groups. Kuna group A na group B. So lazima win. Whoever wins game 5 by Friday is the king of the court that week.
Okay.
So you needed to have bragging right. By the way, that thing, even Clayters started doing news. He would write. And trust me, you didn't want to be in those news.
On the bad side of the reporting.
Of the reporting.
Yeah.
So it became so intense. By Friday, my friend, if you've not won a game or you're not it was bad.
Yeah.
You wouldn't wait for Monday, at least to have a name for yourself.
Okay.
So we saw the rivalry come in a big way, where our was being baptized, or would baptize someone else. There are some people, Siaji came to David Siaji. Names, some names started coming in, young people coming in. It was bragging right. You had to have the bragging right. So as we are seated there, every weekend we will find ourselves, me and Msosi, we are the only people who have remained in the court. So no one else. Kina Clayters, all of them belonged to some teams. So they'll go play either in Division 1, Division 2. And I remember there was a lot of frustration that would come and say. So I said, instead of this beef, acha tuweke hii beef for 3 months. Tuone, wewe register team yako. Because some people would feel I'm not okay playing with him. I'm not okay playing with this other. So he said, hii beef tuweke. We put the first league we did for 3 months. The cash prize was 5,000. Yeah. So of course, Mose being a craft of names, came up with the name again, Street League. Yeah. But the idea came from both of us. Yeah. And Mose came with 5,000 Kenya shillings. I told him, now, nakwambia hiyo kitu ufikiria ni 1 million mlikuwa mnachezea. 5,000. My friend.
The grit.
By the time we are done, I trust you, it was big. Yeah. And we saw it should continue. And that's where we are till today.
Nice. Actually, I didn't expect that from such an idea to kucheza a week became an 8-month long league.
Yes.
Okay, so acha to fast forward kidogo now, you coming in as the CEO. Many of us Kenyans in the sports scene tuko complacent, nasema hivyo, that things are done the way they are done and everyone is comfortable, not the best way that you want it to be done, but now you took up the mantle to run Street League. Take us inside of when you came into office as the CEO, because you told me you had to make it official first, make Street League registered LLC. So when you came in, what did you do? Because it was first you came in as a sponsor, then 1 year ulitutoroka kidogo, then you came back as the CEO. The structures, how are they like? What do you have in place so that Street League gonna run? The last season was a spectacular one. If you missed, you can catch all the games because live Pale
Sports. Yeah. So being a CEO, Street League. First of all, let me just say that nikikam Street League, it was because it was my idea. I think it's only 1 year that we had already tulitoka tu kidogo. I think all other years have been there as a player and also as one of the funders to the league. So Gria coming in was basically to push the league to the next level.
Okay.
I think having a donation from Street League at least boosted the credibility of the league to where it is. So we saw it with Moses that if we want to move to the next level, we cannot have a mediocre league. First of all, let me go back why we registered. So the reason why we registered is because we wanted to be a liability company where we pay taxes. We pay taxes to the government and we are able to be held accountable of anything that goes along. So whatever we've been doing, it was just a casual thing. Ilikuwa ni tukuje, tucheze, tujibambe, Gria ijimarket, umeona ana tufurahie kila mtu ende nyumbani ametengeneza pesa yake. And we are happy people. But we saw we really need to commercialize the league. And commercializing the league means having different structures from what we used to have. And first of all is to make sure that Street League is a company, first of all, with its own structures. And I think that is one of the major steps that we did when I came in. Because I said I cannot come lead structureless organization. I need to lead a structured organization, and I need to put structures. And first of all, before we put structures, we need to make sure that the company is there. Yes. What are you coming in to do? And I think that's what we did first. Yes.
And you have a very incredible team, by the way. The way that things are being run, it's so different from other places where I've been able to witness. So then there's something that you shared with me when we first met at the courts. You told me, despite it being a league, it is also a business. And you shared like a vision, a 5-year vision of how that business can be, can come into play. Can you explain to us and other viewers how is it a business? How, because many players just come there to play, go home, go for sherehe, pass time, keep fit.
Yes.
All those other reasons. But at the end of it, it being a business, we're talking about it making money, it attracting sponsors and all that. So can you explain to us how Street League is planning to do that, and what does it entail to have a business, like a league is a business? What does that mean?
First of all, let me say this in one way or another, that we have a structured way. Having it as a business is one of the structures that we had. It's
okay. Go on.
So we looked at it this way. Maybe watch up it. Sorry, interruptions.
Yeah. How did you look at it?
How setting it as a business. I think that's where we were. So when I came in, apart from having a running organization, we had to make sure out of the structures that the organization is manageable. Okay. So there are people in the field who are staff. There are people who are volunteers. There are people who are doing marketing. There are people who are doing media. There are people who we need to. We had to understand that there are people who are logically structured to work for Street League. Okay. So I told Moses, my chair, my co-director, that we need to have a plan. And this plan I think this is our second year being at the helm. So the first phase was to make sure that we commercialize the league. And that's why you see during playoff, UP Sport was there, another and UP Sport really played a very big key role to make sure that we put the word outside there that this league is here. There were complaints of young people saying that we need a structured way of a structured league that we're able that is credible and all that. So we did that last year, and I think when we put structure on how the league is supposed to be, the first 5 games they were walkovers. I think teams thought we were joking. Yeah. If you're not there in time, trust me, you beat your walkover proudly. So the first phase was to make sure that these structures run. And that's why you see there is no one knows me. And some people really don't know what role I play because they interact mostly with the communication, the operation officer, the referees at the ground, Faith being at the ground. It's because those structures are structured to work that way. For me, I cannot come and micromanage each and everything. So now, on the 5-year plan, the second year was to commercialize the league. Last year, you would see the populations that were there. And we were picking data. And we would pick data in a very wise way. Through, of course, knowledge and what we can see. Through interaction on our social medias. Through other feedback that you're getting from people. We'll go write proposals to companies. Actually, it could be a series. And this is what people don't know. No company in Kenya want to fund sports. Rare. Would you find? If it's not a betting company, the rest are skeptical. You see, they are like beautiful ladies who have been massacred by men until they can't trust any. Sorry for using that. But I think this is
that's the best analogy you could use.
It's the best. It's the best way I would have explained it. So now, the first is testing the water. And we would understand who is in for sponsorship and who is not for sponsorship. And right now, we already have a list of all the companies that we know have a soft landing on where we can be able to tap in. We only need to show them that we have the numbers. The second year is to commercialize the league. So you start step by step. So you test waters in all type of avenue. That's just like the same year. The first year is data management and all that to see what is working for you, what is not working for you. So the second year we said now this is to commercialize the league and see what can we be able, what will work for us. First of all, if I may tell you, there is no league that can run out of gate collection. We cannot run a league out of gate collection. It's not sustainable. You really need to look at other ways. How do you manage? Where do you get funds? Because this Gria may not be able to run the league all through.
For the 5 years.
Yes, for the 5 years. So, and then again, there is a difference of marrying a housewife and a career wife. So a housewife is a dependent of someone. Okay. A career wife is a helper to someone. Okay. So we really needed to know what direction are we taking, so that at least we are able to know who is dependent of us, which we already know who is dependent of us, and who is a helper to us. So Gria being one of the helper, we need many helper who can come and be able to. And then again, we don't need to wait for this helper to come. We really need to create a fund that rotates for us to be able to sustain small bills here and there, so that at least even if Gria leaves tomorrow, the league still remains the same. When I was growing up, there was these leagues, Jamararia, Max Factor. There was many tournaments that were there. But something I ask myself to date, why are those tournaments not there to date? Were they cash cows? Were they, I think those were some of the questions that I wanted. Now, when we are structuring Street League, those are some of the questions that we were asking ourselves. And I know this year is basically to commercialize the league. The third year, again, now I know is now bringing more corporate into the space. We know now how to lobby. Again, we know corporate that we've been speaking to that are going to be in the space. And we know the utilization cost per team. Because we don't just want a Gria to come in and just give us a cash prize. We want Gria to come in and be able to trickle these funds down to the teams.
Yeah.
And I think that is the next investment that we are getting into. And that will implement it to the third year.
Yeah, and if I may ask, you started collecting gate tickets. The numbers at Street League are huge. Like, okay, if you've ever been to Street League, the population there is huge. Not as Nyayo. Nyayo, like a couple of games, you'll find it fully packed. But every weekend, Street League is full. Since you started collecting the gate tickets, how are the numbers now? And is it dwindling, or is it rising, or is it the same? And last question about ticketing. Even if you don't give us a number, is it positive? Is it something that you're happy about?
So when we introduced ticketing, first of all, there was resilience. And that's why I told you each and every year, this is a trial year. We need to get your feeling. So the first amount we did for pre-season was 100 Kenya shillings. So if you come in, get in with 100 Kenya shillings. But we came to realize that most of the people were resilient to it. They resisted to it. They were unable to pay. Because again, you need to understand the capacity of the type of funds you're having. So majorly they are local funds within. So if you start asking for 100 Kenya shillings from that fund, you're humming in, you might lack food for that night.
Yeah.
And those are die-hard funds. So after pre-season, we reduced the amount to 50 Kenya shillings. Again, there was a huge resilience. See, they were asking me do 20 bob and all that. But we explained to them what we want to do with the money. And after explaining to them what we want to do with the money, there was acceptance, even from the team. And let me tell you, the beauty of Street League, it is the TM and the players. If you look at our WhatsApp page, which is Player Central, I'm not a member in that Player Central because we want people to have that freedom of speech without being thinking that someone is monitoring them and all that.
Yeah.
They talk and discuss issues there and solve them themselves there. And then the TMs, how we structured the league, as I told you in the first year, gave powers to the TM to be able to run the league according to, they are the people who makes the rules, and that's what they follow.
Okay.
So from these, the TMs are able to pitch these ideas to their members. Those are the players. So trickle down to the player, and the player embraces. So now I know I'm Nathaniel. Today I'm going with my girlfriend to watch my game. Okay? So I won't force my girlfriend to be accepted to the space. I need to support the space through her. So I will pay for her, or she pays for her 50 shillings as I get in and come and cheer me up. Yeah. It was an acceptance that came in from a majority of the people that were, and it was embraced, let me just say. It was embraced. So we are able to collect quite good numbers, and they are growing by day. And I think now we're in second leg, I think more numbers are coming in. And you can see out of it, we are able to do some few things on the court.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen the courts, they have been renovated. Another thing that is key, and I've seen that you are really open about, is partnerships. You've partnered with Whoopee Sports, you've partnered with Nukta. First, I want you to talk about Nukta, like the partnership, because you're now the only league collecting statistics for every team, every player. Why did you, like, tell people what Nukta is about and why you decided to have it present in the league?
You see, if I tell you I'm running a professional league, what do I have to back it up with?
Data.
Yeah. Okay. That's why Nukta comes in. And then again, I'm not a tech person. So, and being a CEO, you need to know when to bring a partner that is able to be, or to bring the expertise that you need.
Yeah.
Because we want to professionalize the league. So, and that's why you find like Nukta comes in. They design, I think they are professional in data collection, mostly in a game situation. They have an app and a system where they keep data and they collect data on each and every game. Right now, if you come to Street League, I will tell you where you shoot from. Yes. I will tell you you're good in 3 points, and your threes don't take them on your left side. Just take them on your right side. Yes, I'm able, because I'm able to check your consistency. Yeah. And that is the data that a professional or maybe a company that want to, when you're trying to explain something to someone, I will tell you. And let me tell you how it has helped us. During our on the oncoming All-Star weekend, the merits, we did not go and choose the players. We checked the data, who is performing well. So 3-point shooting, trust me, we checked. So you may see your favorite person is not there. Yeah.
But is the data?
But the data shows me this is the favorite person.
Yeah.
There is nothing. The data does not lie because this is consistent.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's how Nukta came in. Yes.
Okay. And
then again, Whoopee Sport.
Yeah.
Whoopee Sport was. We need an eye that will bring us out and showcase whatever we are doing. Yeah. And that's why when it comes to partnership with Whoopee Sport came about, us wanting to tell people more about us and making sure that our content is available to these people at any time of need. And that's why Whoopee Sport came to assist us on that.
All right. So we've talked about the good things. There are definitely challenges. One of the challenges I want you to highlight so that people know what you're doing about is officiating. Niko hapo Player Central. I've seen people complaining that this guy and this guy and this guy are not following the FIBA rules, this and that. But it has been a problem even before. And I think playoffs last year, people raised the same issue. What's up in that docket, and what do you plan to do about it?
It's a teething problem. You see, each and every growing company, it doesn't run smoothly. Yeah. There must be small things that pulls you down a little bit. I looked at that thing and I was like, okay, tutafanya nini? At time we call elite referees. They have divided attention. Where would they be? And I said, this league is not about us. Even if you want to professionalize, we need to grow with someone. Yeah. And I think this is the only league in Kenya that all the referees are below 30 years. Only I think one, that is Cletus, that is above 30. Yeah. And is not even above 35. Okay. So it's about empowerment. And I think this weekend we're having TM's meeting. And I think that is one thing that I always pass to them. We need to empower these young people. So what we've done is, as in, we've talked to a few. We've even engaged one of the senior referee. I think the Association of Referee to take them through training so that at least we keep on engaging them.
Yeah.
If you look at our WhatsApp page, they are sending scenarios and discussing them every day on our WhatsApp pages. Moses is with NBA Africa referee, the guy who does refereeing for the NBA Africa. Sometimes every time they're having those clinics, we are getting them into those clinics. We are empowering them more. We are not chasing them away, and we are not going. By the way, that problem you are going to face it, all of us. Iwe inakubonda. By the way, I'm a player, and you know what they told me one day. Hatunajua niliona ile foul. Na wewe ni referee ya Bandia. Wewe ndio CEO. Ignore tu. Wewe ile foul. Mimi niliona tu mwanzo ule jamaa alikuchapa crossover kwanza. Ile ilikuwa foul. Like okay. Then it's a problem. If you're speaking to someone else, ingekuwa ni vita.
Kweli.
Si ndio? Because I understand this is a problem that we need to build. There are young people, sometimes they are overwhelmed. They are also players. They are overwhelmed. And again, they are growing. And we need to grow with them. The only thing is, as in now, I will be passing more information of what they have learned and where we are heading to, so that at least we help them. The only thing I think, and I think that's the only way we are going to solve it, because we are not changing. We are not going to change them for anyone else. I think the best referees in our national league, the young lady.
Angie,
yes,
I agree.
Yes, I think started reffing at where? Street league.
I know she's reffing at the national league.
Yeah, in the national league. It's an achievement, and we are happy. Okay, seeing these young, but now we don't want to lose them anymore. We want to make sure that now there is sustainability in street league. That you don't need to go somewhere else and earn a living. You can always be exposed where you started.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, other than that, are there any challenges that you faced during like the 6 years?
A lot. First of all, funds. Pesa. Kizungumkuti. First of all, the league fee these people are paying. How
much is the league fee right now?
It's 25,000 Kenya shillings. It is not sustainable. Like right now, if all teams paid 25,000 shillings, and there are 24 teams, how much are we speaking of? Around 600.
600. It's not good at mathematics.
Sorry, tutaingia kwa calculator. Haiko live. We want to give numbers so that at least you are able to see as something what we call sustainability. There are 24 teams now paying 25,000 Kenya shillings. That is 600,000. In one weekend, we use 30,000 Kenya shillings. 30,000 Kenya
shillings for one weekend.
Officiating. And other things that we are paying in the field on each and every weekend to make sure that things run smoothly. If you multiply 30,000 Kenya shillings times 4, how much is it?
120.
Is that 120,000? So we are speaking of 120,000 Kenya shillings in a month. How long does the league run?
8 months.
8 months.
So that's around.
So you get it, So if you're using 120,000 Kenya shillings, so we're speaking of 8 months, 960,000. So basically there is a deficit of how much? 460,000. 360,000.
It's almost a million.
It's almost a million. Yes. So that's how much we're using. So again, sustainability. That is a major challenge that we are having. That's why now we incorporate the gate fee so that we are able to meet that gap of 360,000 Kenya shillings.
So you really need like more revenue streams. But from the third year, we'll see like corporates coming in.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's why now we need to do events. And the All-Star event is not to collect money, basically. Is to show you that this is who Street League. We now want to show you the real picture of who Street League is and what Street League is all about.
Actually, sir, on that point, the All-Star weekend. Let us now shift to what is ahead this month. The 31st of August, we shall be having an All-Star weekend at Nyayo Gymnasium. Street League first All-Star weekend, right?
Yeah, we've been having others, but this is bigger as the first and the biggest.
The first and the biggest. What should you expect?
A lot. It will be a very short event, a very fascinating event, and an event you wouldn't want to miss. Have you ever thought of somewhere you have a feeling you're in a club, you have a feeling you are at a picnic somewhere, have a feeling that you're in a sports event? We are combining all those sort of feelings together that day.
And that day,
as we celebrate who we are in our culture. Whereas the day that we'll be sharing our culture, who Street League is.
Who Street League is.
Yes.
And we're having two conferences, so we're going to have the afternoon.
Yes.
Then some other exhibition matches, right?
Yes.
So, is there any artists we should expect? Any big names coming through this month?
Big names are there. I don't know when you're going to release these. But yes, it's we're having one of the best DJ that these young people relate with. There are some DJs that we try to reach out to, but they were not able to buy into the idea. But we're having a very young DJ going to unveil by next week. We're having one of the deadliest musicians, two of them that we are going to grace the occasion on that day. Trust you me, and that's why I'm telling you, you will have the club feeling, and you will have the excitement feeling. Hii ndio ile siku nabeba msupa. Mwambia twende tukajibambe.
So that is also we can't wait to see how it's going to be. Some part of it will be streamed live, but make sure to come and witness it live, like on the ground, because you cannot experience the feeling when you're on your televisions or your laptops. So now the playoffs. Last year, okay, the first, no, let us remove the breakaway year when you're there, not there. That year, the prize money I think was 100,000.
250.
250.
Yes.
Then last year,
100,000. No.
The year before.
The year before was 100,000.
Then last year.
250.
This
million, yes.
That's crazy. Are we going to be having a gala or something?
Yes, of course. This time, last year we never did the gala.
But we had fireworks.
But we
compensated with that.
But this year the gala will be there. Big. The gala will be big. So whoever is the winner, I know need to get their suits right.
Yeah.
And this time, trust you me, it will be all red carpet.
Okay, I'm tempted to ask players who are playing in other leagues, will Street League like take over and you have like your if you were playing in Street League, you stay in Street League? Is that what we're going to see in the future? Because if you're giving out 500,000, I don't think there's anyone who's doing that right now.
I know at time as you're growing, I know there will be challenges. We are ready for those challenges. What will shock you is even next year, what is coming in. I think people will even have a choice where to play from next year. From next year, we are restructuring Street League completely. How the teams are supposed to be modeled, because now the league and the investors that are coming in wouldn't want to see whatever structures that we are having. That's why I've told you each and every year has their own demographic and structures and how we are supposed to run. Now, as this year is 500,000. I don't want to mention what we have for next year, but something I may mention is, as in, it's money. It's if you invest, you'll be able to get returns. 100%.
Completely.
So trust me, it will be more than your expenditure. A team expenditure, whatever they spend, it will be more than whatever they spend, because for the last 6 years we can tell how much a team uses or spends to have a team in Street League. Trust you me, we will match that money and more.
Imagine from 5,000 to 500,000. What a journey.
It's a journey.
Okay, so as we wrap up, what is lying for Street League in the future? What are you envisioning it in the 10 years from now? Na pia pale the location, are you planning to get an indoor? I'm just throwing out my thoughts, but will you see an arena in the east sides of Nairobi? The first one.
There might be two. Because the vision is bigger than me. In the sport itself. And I think with the structures that we're having, by the time we are done with my 5 years of leadership, because I want to do it within 5 years. Once I'm done with 5 years, for me, I will just move. I will just move or
become the chairman.
And watch things as they are being run by someone.
You're a shareholder and relax and eat the money.
Of course. So we're looking to professionalize the league, and as our name goes, CL Africa. So it's to the day that I will see, although I've seen a team in Uganda, a team in Tanzania wanting to play, and they're even telling us to schedule their games on weekends. Yes.
Willing to travel.
Yes, 500,000 for Tanzania ni pesa mzuri bwana. And they're only coming to play on weekends. So I think is a team that I've looked at their nini. But now to accommodate such a team, again, we really need to move from 9 months league to, of course, not more than 7-month league. So that at least we are able to run. But that's a dream that is coming. We cannot allow a team from Tanzania now to come in to the space as we are speaking, because you're not there yet. We've not put our structures well. Maybe by next year we'll be having those structures. For the courts, yes. I think by the time we are done or we are getting to next year, we might be having the Anila court being an indoor. An indoor court. Our chairman Moses Musosi is really working on the same with the funder who was there. So at least I think they're coming for the next phase. And then rumors are on the other side of Actor we might be having a 3,000 capacity stadium. Yes. These two stadiums becoming, now you will see the Eastlands and the Uptown becoming a real deal. Yes. So I think that's all from me, and thank you sana Mr. Insurance for coming. So remember to plug in, and this is big, because I remember the first time we interacted with Street League, I interacted with Street League was back in 2022, and back then palo moja we were at moja nini, but talking to Musosi, the vision is bigger than what we have seen. The vision is Africa, actually. Yes.
And now you're mentioning Tanzania, Uganda. So we are actually coming closer to the vision earlier than expected. So guys, plug in Street League Africa, and make sure to subscribe, follow them on their Instagram. You can also plug in on rupesports.net to get all the information. And thank you, Mr. Insurance, for coming. That was our time. And
thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for having us.
Asante
sana.
Karibu.
Bye.